Gluten-free coffee cake. Coffee cake is a classic treat that many of us serve while entertaining guests. Next time you're serving up some piping hot coffee, consider making this gluten-free coffee cake. Your guests won't believe that this cinnamon coffee cake is free of wheat flour, cane sugar and butter. History of coffee cake. The coffee cake we know and love today has much evolved over the last few centuries. Cake has been around as early as times in the Bible, with honey or dates being used as sweeteners. Coffee cake is thought to have been popularized by the Danish in the 17th century as a treat to be enjoyed alongside coffee, and brought over to America by early European immigrants. 1. Avoid standard coffee cake. Even though the coffee cake recipe has been around a long time, there's no reason to continue making it the unhealthy way. Traditional coffee cake recipes often call for cups of bleached wheat flour, which is extremely nutrient deficient. And don't get me started on the refined sugar added to it. Store-bought versions of coffee cake with streusel can even include partially hydrogenated oil or unhealthy soybean oil. 2. The impact of one slice of traditional coffee cake on your health isn't worth the bite. Heart-healthy almond flour makes up the structure of this easy coffee cake recipe. I love almonds and almond flour because of the protein they provide. Almond flour was even shown to fight colon cancer in a scientific study. 3. My gluten-free coffee cake wouldn't be anything without the powerful antioxidant cinnamon. Cinnamon provides benefits to the immune system, digestive system and positively affects blood sugar levels. Coconut milk is added in for additional moisture. Coconut milk is one of my favorite replacements for conventional cow's milk since it has fatty acids that actually help lower cholesterol. Despite what the low-fat diet fad told the American public for the last 20 years, high-fat coconut milk actually helps you lose fat. 4. It can help keep you full and energized for hours after consuming it. How to make my gluten-free coffee cake. My gluten-free coffee cake would fool even the biggest wheat lovers. First, coconut oil is added to a mixing bowl. As I've emphasized before, coconut oil is healthy for your heart and great for your metabolism. It has antiviral and antibacterial properties and those fantastic medium-chain fatty acids. Honey is added as a natural sweetener, in place of refined sugar. I love using honey or maple syrup in baked goods because of the natural benefits, and you don't need as much to give this coffee cake sweetness. Next, pour vanilla extract in and add a pastured egg, along with coconut milk. Mix the wet ingredients until well combined. Mix together almond flour, cinnamon and baking powder. Combine the dry mixture to the wet ingredients. Pour the gluten-free coffee cake mixture into your greased dish or loaf pan. For the topping, mix together the remaining almond flour, coconut oil, honey and cinnamon for a decadent and guilt-free streusel. This is coming together to be the best coffee cake recipe. Sprinkle the almond flour topping over the batter. Bake in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. Serve up this coffee cake with piping hot organic coffee or tea and your guests will feel like home. Gluten-free coffee cake. Ingredients: cake, 2 tablespoons coconut oil, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1/4 cup honey, 1/2 cup coconut milk, 1 1/2 cup almond flour, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon sea salt. Topping: 1/2 cup almond flour, 1 1/2 tablespoons coconut oil, 1 tablespoon honey, 2 teaspoons cinnamon. Directions: preheat oven to 350 F. Grease an 8x8 baking dish or loaf pan and set aside. Stir coconut oil, egg, vanilla, honey and coconut milk together in a bowl. In a small bowl, combine almond flour, cinnamon, baking powder and sea salt. Add dry ingredients to wet and stir until smooth. Pour into an 8x8 baking dish or loaf pan. In a small bowl, mix the remaining almond flour, coconut oil, honey and cinnamon for the topping. Crumble the topping over the cake. Bake for 45 to 50 minutes.